man, Charlie's definitely
Am I live? Of course I'm live. Coffee, tea and all. People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Large up the Twitch gang. Appreciative to all of you lot in the comments, listening in general, supporting the Twitch content regardless of what we're doing, people. Obviously, in relation to Twitch content today, we're here till whenever. I think I've got Football Manager scheduled for 4:30. Probably open up the 11:30 for Twitch as well, like yesterday, because why not? I love you lot, man. You know, I know I say this all the time, but I'm really appreciative of all the support you lot give me on Twitch. Like checking the analytics, we should have hit 10K, 10,000 subscribers followers on Twitch sooner rather than later. The grind to 50K, we're flirting with it on YouTube. So make sure you're supporting across both people. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and I just find Twitch a lot more relaxed now. As we're getting bigger on Twitch, the weirdos are starting to appear, but it's just more personal, it's more relaxed. It feels like, yeah, it's just better, man. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Yo, bro, Pogba, fuckery for him. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll get into that. But the thing that took me was the talk of Pogba about depression. Now, obviously, when you in life, yeah, obviously not you or people in general, when I'm talking, we know the whole footballing world, the people that don't just criticize Pogba from a footballing point of view, constructive criticism. That's what man have to live with. We all know when it goes over the top, when it becomes scapegoating, elements of racism, all of these sort of things. The first thing that got me is depression. And when you look like Pogba, like we've all seen, normally the people that are the biggest and bubbly characters, they're fighting the most battles behind closed doors. So that's the first thing I thought with Pogba. Everyone's going to scream mental health, all this, that, and the other, but you can't catch a break. You look at Marcus Rashford, you know, killed for taking a picture with Wiley. We all know what happened with the Euros. We all know the level of scrutiny that's with a man now. He's going on holiday. They're getting at him. It doesn't matter how much people always talk about this money thing. So why half of these, well, not half, but if you were working Wall Street or know about Wall Street or Central London, a lot of them high-ranking stockbrokers and that, they want to off themselves half the time. Forgive me for sounding mad, but money doesn't mean everything, especially when you can't enjoy it and things like that. And it's upsetting to see and hear these things. People will say protect mental health, this, that, and the third, but then do go back to doing their same bullshit. You know, that's the worst thing. I would say to lose your World Cup winners medal as well, because his house obviously got robbed. It's brazy. And my man didn't hold. You know, the French are very opinionated anyways, you know, much less the footballers. Bro, he did not hold back after going off to France, people. It's all probably strategic and things like that, with what's going on. And he does look likely to leave Man United. You never know, he might stay. You don't know who's gonna walk in the door. He might say, you know what, Ten Hag, that's the guy. But yeah, it was the harsh reality. You know, Reaper is saying he's defo leaving. I think everybody assumes he's defo leaving, myself included. But one thing I did, you know, to optimistic United fans out there, you know, obviously if you've got a bit of hope on Donny, there's always a chance in it, you know, as long as there's an opportunity to fight in it. Sorry, people, let me make sure. Where's my timestamps though? What's going on? We're over here. Okay, so let's start that with 000. What happened with Pogba? We're gonna find out, brother. We're gonna find out, Denzel, man. We're getting into it, man. Like he's I think he's giving interviews and that, and it's just, yeah, man. You know how it is. So yeah, he spoke about depression. Yeah, he missed it. We're going over that right now, man. You might have missed it in general, but that's why you're here, my guy. And you must be a first-time commenter then if I go on Twitch. Hey, my bad, Denzel, I'm doing you dirty. You've been here. When did you follow? To be fair, you've been here a couple of days. You've been here since March. One love to V Dylan as well. Didn't even Clocky subscribed yesterday. But yeah, man. T, I hope you're doing well and safe. I see your comment, but let me bring up these things on screen and say, people, is the fan on? Say, man, we need to pattern the studio, man. You know, when I'm doing that fire content, you know, I need to, you know, pattern up. Spit fire in the booth. So the engineer passed me the fire jacket. Hey, shout out Edson. That was one of the. I used to love banging out that song. Hard Edson fucking wavy. He's still wavy, but it was wavy them times there, man. Crazy. All right, big up Patrick Vieira. Big Patrick Vieira. Premier League Hall of Fame. Large up Wayne Rooney as well. Two legends that really should have been in that time ago, innit? But love to them, man. You London man are lucky today. 20 degrees. Not really, because bro, I'm like a sardine. Content coming up today, DG. We're obviously here now. We're going over. Well, I'm actually going to open it up to Twitch, so it could stay on Twitch, but YouTube/Twitch stream 11:30. We're here now. 4:30 we're playing Football Manager. 2 p.m. I'm on the big up Statman Baines. I'm on his channel. Friday is going to be on mine at the same time. So yeah, man. And in between that, couple videos to come out on YouTube. I woke up later than usual because I was trying to fit in a little schedule to make a couple vids before we obviously started waffling here. So yeah, in relation to them vids, that's just a fullback union episode. I think I was gonna try and do a deluded thoughts as well. Obviously March is basically gone. We're gonna kind of contextualize what that means for Arsenal. You know, I like to do the monthly little roundups and look forward to the next week. Could probably just make that into a stream and then cut up the clips is probably easier. So yeah, man, that's that really. And anything else that comes to mind, really and truly, big up Bainesy. You know, we're trying to do that, especially as obviously Arsenal and them all fighting for the title and top 4 trophy, better yet. Pardon me. Try to collab with some other people, see what I could do for you lot as well, man. There's talks, but everyone's doing their own thing, everyone's living their own life. So yeah, man. Hopefully it is what it is. Where do you post fullback union? I can't lie, I've been slacking, man. It'll be on YouTube still. Especially with Kyle Walker-Peters called up for England now. Anyways, big up yourself, man. Back from your hiatus. Big up yourself, Jonathan. All rise for the national anthem and that. Paul Pogba insists Manchester United season is dead after another trophyless campaign at Old Trafford and takes swipe at Ralph Rangnick by revealing he much prefers playing for France under Didier Deschamps. Now, before we actually see what's going on, we've got to remember Sam brother who's written this article. That's a headline, isn't it? That's gonna grab opinion, that's gonna grab headlines and get opinions and attention and things. So away from the headline, let's see what Pogba has actually said, because I'm a big fan of what a man or woman has actually said. So we're gonna have to see in it. That's the luxury I'll give him. But anyways, Paul Pogba has admitted that Manchester United season is dead as they look to finish another disappointing campaign without a trophy, before suggesting he wasted 5 years of his career. Ching, no, he didn't. You know, obviously, apparently the Frenchman has given an incredibly frank assessment of his second spell at Old Trafford and looks set to leave in the summer now more than ever, with his current contract set to expire at the end of the season. You know, while United are still firmly in the hunt to finish in the top 4 and secure Champions League football for next season, it appears that is not enough to satisfy Pogba, who was a serial winner at Juventus. You're killing me with this Maltese ahead, man. I can't like shout Paul Pogba easy, but come on, man. Like Pogba easy, bro. Looking like one uncle still. But anyways, you know, he obviously has won the League Cup and Europa League in his first season. Apparently, he's let his feelings known for on the club's longest trophy drought since the 70s. Pogba said, and this might be, do you know what? This might be official thing. Can we see exactly what he has said? Ooh, them man there put it behind a paywall. Fuck them, lad. But anyways, we just have to do up this one, people. You know, you have to be honest. The last 5 years have not satisfied me. Really, not at all. This year, it is dead. We won't win anything, whether it's with Manchester United or at another club. I want to win trophies. He then went on to say, it's simple with France. I play in my position. I know my role and I feel the confidence of the coach and the players. It is normal to feel a difference at Manchester United because it's hard to be consistent when you often have to change to your position or the team system or your partners. He also said that he much prefers playing under Didier Deschamps in France. He said, I get along very well with Deschamps. I asked a question, but I don't have an answer. And this is quite frank. And a lot of United fans and football fans in general would say, yo, okay, cool. You know, would probably say, all right, cool. How has that happened, really? Because you do see it. 1 minute he's doing left wing. You see him playing a pivot. You've seen him playing a free. Man United have tried a lot of things with Pogba and whatnot, people. So, yeah, it is what it is. What it is. Scrolling all the way down. It's what It's what you lot have been saying and us have been saying in pubs, in chats, and things. So if the man and his advisors are saying it, that tells you Pogba wants to win trophies. He'll play under a manager that has a plan for him and the system. And I think Man United, maybe with Ten Hag, could convince him to do that. But he might just say, you know what, pick up your thing, Ten Hag. But I've been here for time. I just need a change of scenery. I'm sure some of the fans, even Pogba's most loyal supporters, it's nothing to do with him being a baller or not. They just want to see this love drama put to bed. Apparently, it wasn't just Ranić who Pogba had issues with. The World Cup winner also claims that he was driven to depression by his fallout with Mourinho, people, which is fuck football for a second, people. So we'll get on to the it's a bit Daily Mail a bit harsh, really and truly. You could have at least put, you're lucky that I found it, but you could have put his comments on depression. That's more important than if he's staying at this club or not. It is what it is. Apparently, Pogba. Well, sorry, people, we scrolled all the way up, man. According to the Daily Telegraph, Pogba is prepared to bide his time before choosing his next club, with the likes of PSG, Juventus, and Real Madrid in the running to sign him. He's also reportedly prepared to even consider joining a rival Premier League outfit if the offer is right. Hey, Arteta, the take. Come home, man. Come home. I know you didn't know about Man United, but you knew you're French, but you knew Henri and them things there. Come home. Come home. Come home. Until that gas, we got no chance. But yeah, man. He also spoke about the burglary to his yard as well, people, where, forget his medals, his family was at risk. When I went home, I discovered that my home was robbed following the entry of 3 people who stole my safe. There was my mother's jewelry in there and my World Cup medal. What scared me the most is that my 2 children were at home with the nanny during the incident. She heard everything, called my wife in security, then locked herself in the room with the boys. For several children are doing fine. Yeah, and the nanny as well, but you're right there. Paul Pogba spoke on the burglary, people. It happened while he was playing in this match. I'm not going to lie, these robberies happen everywhere. But personally, I think there is a theme. Like when United players are playing, I'm sure this has happened with Di Maria. This used to happen to Mahrez all the time, or should I say the Manchester area. Darren Fletcher always used to get finessed in these same sort of things. It's brazy. Pogba is right. A player of his caliber needs to be facilitated too. Instead, he's being moved around to facilitate Bruno. I think he low-key wants to join Chelsea. I mean, London aspect, it is what it is. He could go from one cash cow to another. I get it. But if he wants to join a prestigious club with historic French ties, which many a World Cup midfielder has played for, and join your idol Patrick Vieira, come to the Emirates. I can't lie, man. You need to. I could give him a little Arsene Wenger treatment. Pogba, I know you don't want to hear us and we can't offer you much, but if you just let me spend an hour with you, let me just talk to you, Nick. Let me just gas you. Let me just can get any as a fan. For me, you can get whatever. You can fucking make your hair look like 6ix9ine or for fuck's 9, but you could look like a pack of Smarties or Skittles. You could dance around. Us Arsenal fans. All you need to do is turn. We lost against Liverpool a few years ago. Pepe dribbled against Van Dijk. We was right. We was gassing it. This is what you will get. Them Manny boys don't know what they have, mate. Anywho, people, on a serious note, away from the banter, his house was robbed. Where again, first things first. Happy to see his children, the nanny, and anyone else involved is safe. Things can be brought back. It's crazy. I just said that happens a lot in man. You can say low. It seems. Do you know, on the best of days, these footballers are being schemed on, and I understand footballers not wanting to get security because a lot of your life is coordinated. Like, yeah, you feel like a bit of a prisoner, really and truly, when you're surrounded by it. So I can understand any little bit of freedom that these guys get. Any little bit of freedom these guys get, I can understand why they want to live alone. But for me, I think with what's happened, and especially when you look at Cancelo, as you just said, and a couple of incidences, Reece James as well, you can't put a price on security. In fact, not Reece James, Gabriel and that, you can't put a price on security. People are mad scheming. And obviously, I'm not justifying thieves, but man, I'm not robbing for no reason, innit? Like, obviously, with what's going on in society right now, people are poor, bro. Like, people are struggling. That's why, for me, that's why I think I'm sick. But I thought people stopped burgling house. People are doing burglaries of yards. Car theft is there. People are hungry. And you lot are, I'm not going to say footballers don't live in the real world because it's all relative, but you're seen as a meal ticket. You can't put a price on security. And for me, fuck the jewels and all of these things, bro. As a father, he must feel helpless, bro. He must feel mad helpless, man. Pogba, what, an album for what he's done at Man United? What's he done, mate? We only give good players, Pogba. We only give good players albums, you know. We could, you know, the first song will be Parte, Old Trafford Drillings, but we all remember Feet El Nene and that. Allow it, bro. Green Ready, you're from Kent, allow it. Now I'm playing. Apparently, Pogba went on to say, there were jewels from my mother, my World Cup, my World Champion medal. What scared me the most was that my two children were at home with the nannies during this incident. We already read that slyly, innit, people? We saw that slyly. Again, he went on to say, you know, he feels rejuvenated playing for France. This break gives me a real breath of fresh air. I want to have playing time to come back in top form at my club. Wearing this pride, representing my country, is now more than ever a source of pride. I mean, not exactly your country, you know, but it is what it is. You're only French when you're winning stuff, Pogba. You, Benzema, and Mbappé even soon. But Mbappé is going to feel it the toughest. You know, it's going to make you man are going to remember your French when it's succeeding things. The depression thing. My depression began when I was with Mourinho at Manchester. Completely and several times during my career, I have experienced it, but we don't speak about it. Sometimes you don't know that you are depressed. True. You just, this is PTSD triggering for me, really. You just want to isolate yourself. Those are unmistakable signs. For me personally, it began when I was with Mourinho at Manchester. You ask yourself, if it's your fault because you have never experienced moments like that in your life. Of course, we earn a lot of money and do not complain truly, but that does not stop us from having moments like everyone in life, more difficult than others. Because you earn money, that does not mean you should always be happy. It doesn't work like heroes, but merely human beings. In difficult times, I focus on my family, my friends, and the desire to win matches or to improve does not leave me despite it all. I do not want negative moments to make me forget all that I have accomplished, even though it's not necessarily easy. And when I'm not able to do that, I speak a lot with Uncle Pat. Big up Vieira. I said Vieira, the real Pat, but big up Patrick. Stand you straight away. My psychologist can be my best friend, my wife, or my son. Speaking, being listened to, being able to let it all out, this rage and depression that goes at you, it's an obligation for me. Big up Paul Pogba for first and foremost, yeah. Having the fucking balls to speak about things like this, man. And, you know, a lot of people are going to read things like this and say, oh, protect mental health, this, that, and the other, and they're going to be back to doing fuckery again. So it's crazy, really. So, yeah, man, it's upsetting there, really, man. For once, I would love Arsenal to steal United star, man. We can dream. But don't you think that would be detrimental to what Arteta is doing right now? What, bringing in Pogba in theory? No. How? He's a great player. Like, if we need a midfielder, he's everything I would want to see in the middle of the park for Arsenal. Him and Partey would be a madman thing. Really. That's no reason why, you know. You got Partey there to be his Tuchemani / Kante. You'd have. The only thing would be the baggage that comes with it. He's probably mentally checked out of life in general with football, man. Like, if I was Pogba, Neymar, Rashford, a lot of these guys, bro, like, they probably, the passion for football is probably killed. But I'd become so antisocial, really and truly. Like, really. But anyways, Erik ten Hag, Manchester United hold talks with Ajax over head coach taking charge at Old Trafford. You know, the 52-year-old has 2 league titles and 2 KNVB Cups. His side are currently top of the Eredivisie. So is he going to come mid-season and what's left of the season is going to be written off? Or is this something where he's going to leave through the front door at Ajax, see out what's left of his time there, and then obviously next season is next season? But apparently Manchester United held positive talks with Erik ten Hag on Monday, with the club hierarchy thought to be impressed by his vision and philosophy. And as we know, he's said to be the front runner along with Poch and things like that. The interview was part of the ongoing process to appoint the next permanent boss. That process is said to have now reached a more advanced stage, but that does not mean Ten Hag has emerged as the club's first choice. As part of the process, United will also plan to speak to their other preferred candidates. According to United sources, there is no early favourite yet, and they're open-minded about the identity of their new manager. Over the last week and in general, I'm sure United fans on a consistent and Lopetegui. His contract is up until 2023, so the writing's on the wall, people. The club, Man United, want to make a decision on their next permanent manager as soon as possible. However, they've not put a formal deadline on the process, which is being led by Darren Fletcher and John Morton. I'm sorry, but forgive me if I'm wrong. Why Darren Fletcher? I understand this new Donny just come in, but why Darren Fletcher? And what is Darren Fletcher's role at Man United, which you couldn't answer what's Ralph Rangnick, despite the fact you're talking to him consistently in games. So it is what it is, and Ten Hag is a good manager and whatnot, and he's not wrong in going after that. But why is he leading that? And I think, as we all know, at clubs, the manager's one thing, but the manager can have all the ideas. You might even have all the money. But if everything is not working off the field, then it's not going to work long term, is it really and truly, people? So again, I might be ignorant because I don't support Man United and whatnot. Thank God, But yeah, I don't understand why Darren Fletcher's doing that. Darren Fletcher is fair enough, because at least he was there with Fergie and that. But boy, just baffling that one. That one there, baffling. But anyways, Ajax and Ten Hag's representatives have been contacted for comment. Obviously, they're not going to say anything. The Tuchel links seem to have died down a bit. Apparently, there's a 4-man shortlist, so we'll have to see what happens in that regards. But Ten Hag has had his interview. For you United fans that wanted Eric Ten Hag, you seem like you're moving closer. On the topic of Man United and better yet Arsenal, 2 legends have been inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame, Patrick Vieira and Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney and Patrick Vieira. Rooney used to terrorize us as Arsenal fans. In fashion, used to say Ruud van Nistelrooy was better than Thierry Henry. It's all love. They're all certified players. These man, they deserve it. Patrick Vieira won the league 3 times and captained the Invincibles when they did not lose a game. Obviously, Wayne Rooney has won the Premier League 5 times and is the league's second all-time top goal scorer. Like I said, legendary stuff. So shout out to them people. They're the 9th and 10th players respectively to be joining this Hall of Fame, and they join Alan Shearer, Eric Cantona, Roy Keane, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, David Beckham, saving the best till last, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, But yeah, man, 22, Rooney said it's an honor to be inducted. He's one of the few wonder kids that maintained and actually realized their potential to the point where people say he probably didn't hit his potential, which I don't. If you think Rooney could have went higher, then I get it. But I mean, what more could he do? He won everything. He played a major part in everything. He's achieved everything individually, collectively. When you look at him and Cesc Fabregas, a couple of these guys that burst on the scene at 16, it probably was, they were going to peak early and things. But yeah, man, I do think the expectations on Wazza was ridiculous. I do think a lot of people forget that Rooney had the Benzema thing about him. He adapted to playing with many a player at Man United. And I don't need to, that's just me as a non-United fan looking at it. Patrick Vieira, I don't need to say a damn word. One thing that I don't like, people, obviously physical presence in midfield, but he had the physical power, the prowess, and he was a fucking technician on the ball. Lovely passing range, lovely dribbler, lovely link-up play. What we would do for a player in the middle of the park like Patrick Vieira, and fuck for Arsenal in the Premier League. Full stop. Wazza the same. So yeah, shout out to them people. Rooney bigged it up. Shout out to you, Rooney, man. Rooney said, growing up, I watched the Premier League as far back as I can remember. And you know what, yeah? Bro, Rooney's from a fucking council estate, Like, this is only football can do things. This is why I like football. It can pattern your life, bro. Like, my dream was always to become a professional footballer, score goals and win trophies. And I was lucky enough to win the Premier League 5 times. I have so many brilliant memories from playing for Everton and Man United. I'm really proud of what we've achieved. To enter the Hall of Fame is very special for me personally, and I'm grateful to be recognized. Vieira said, and who's having a great time as a gaffer right now. In fact, I think Rooney's a good gaffer as well. Induction makes me realize how good I was, people. He done it all. What a player, man. What a player. What a player. Being inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame is a fantastic achievement. When I received the news, I thought received news, When I received the news, I thought about being a young boy playing in Senegal or in the suburb of Paris. Once again, you see what things can do for you. Man are talking about in Senegal. Man are from council estates in Liverpool. You see what football can do for you, how it can elevate you. See how important this sport is. Brazy. To be there with the best. All right. 14. Aye, man. Now, someone called the hoodie police. I'm excited, didn't it? Like, I don't know what was on my mind. You wouldn't want to see what's on my WhatsApp. But anyways, not gonna allow me in it. Allow me, man. Mistake, bro. Allow me. Oh Lord God, man, you lot are dickheads, man. You lot are idiots, man. But big up yourselves nonetheless. Apologies, man. I might not, you know how I normally put these up on YouTube. This might have to just stay on Twitch, innit? You lot need to allow me. You lot threw me off, man. But anyways, to be with the biggest, to be there with the biggest players in the Premier League, the best in the world, is bigger than what I was ever thinking about. To have my name around these players makes me proud and makes me realize how good I was. It's not a bad company to join. I was lucky to play at the same time as some of them, of course, including Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp. So to share the stage with them makes me realize I had a really good career. What makes me happy and proud is when your name is mentioned by new and upcoming holding midfielders as me. So yeah, you can vote for them. All inducted players receive a medallion engraved with their name and the year of the induction, with a 10 grand donation made by the Premier League to a charity of their choice. Donate that to mine. I swear there's no tax laws on the charitable donations, man. You lot, do you know who you lot are doing me like? You know when you say mum in school by accident to the teacher? Allow me, man. As long as it's bringing some joy to you lot, man. But allow me, man. Come on. Come on. Vieira. So yeah, man, game recognizes game. Shout to both of them. They had a good time with that. We've kind of, I don't know why I've got this again, but Ten Hag, we already know about the talks there. FFP laws, people. I don't know if you lot can see. I know I can't really see, but FFP laws, again, we know FFP is dead. We know it's nothing, but allegedly, as you lot can see here, UEFA's new financial regulations will tie spending to the club's revenues, entrenching the advantages wealthy clubs already enjoying the market for talent. Listen, it's just a new way to manipulate. The clubs pay lawyers and fancy accountants and things. There'll always be a way around this bullshit. There's never going to be a level playing field. The only level playing field will be if everybody's making P's, in which the Premier League to a degree are, you know, and it can be defined as reckless. You look over there at Everton, their poor spending is going to catch up to them with and whatnot. DG, did you see what happened during the Saeed Cooling show yesterday? No, but you lot always on to me about cooling shows. If there's any foolishness, you might see why we don't do that. But yeah, man, let's see what's going on here. The biggest reform of Europe's soccer football financial controls in a generation will stop short of creating US-style salary caps to restrain club spending. I don't think salary caps are humane because, you know, if anything, there should be caps on bonuses given out to shareholders, etc. Really, don't just look at the players. Look at the footballers. Are like we just said with Ray Rooney and Vieira. Man are coming from Senegal. Man are coming from council estates. They're not controlling the belly of the beast, which is football. It's like the music game. You might look at a rapper and he's got bare peas, but it's not him that makes the peas. It's the Jimmy Iovine's. It's the music labels, and football's no different, bro. Man are not gonna give someone 300 bags a week if they're not making mad peas on it. You got to remember, business is business. Man have to make a profit. If you lot in your casual 9-to-5 jobs or whatever, think about how your company makes a profit. Literally, how do they make profit? Because how they make a profit literally filters down to how they pay you, you know. So I think this is brazy. I'm not really caps that prohibit how much executives can get and things like that. But I don't know, man. So yeah, man, it is what it is. So yeah, we'll see, man. Has spent more than a year in talks with a representative group of elite clubs about a new model to replace its so-called financial fair play rules. The cost control mechanism that has for decades sought to limit Premier League team expenditures as part of an effort to promote competition. UEFA has finally alighted on a replacement. Teams soccer-related spending, according to people briefed on the regulations, will not be able to surpass 70% of their income, a regulation that appears watered down from the strict salary cap that had long been championed by the UEFA president. And we've heard about salary caps, etc., etc. Well, if there's going to be a salary cap, there needs to be a cap on what UEFA earns from sponsors at events and etc., etc. Again, you lot are the belly of the beast. You lot are the ones making the peace. Can't lie, this is a bunch of tosh people. So yeah, there's gonna be new rules. They're just gonna get manipulated once again, people. It's dead, really and truly. Like there's not gonna be no promised land where it's a level playing field. Apparently, whatever these rules are, the biggest and richest clubs object to financial controls as an how COVID had an impact on things as well. It's crazy. The move to bring football-related costs like wages and transfer fees into a tight ratio will be a challenge for many major teams outside England, the vast majority of which have struggled to maintain fiscal discipline. And you look at people like Juventus, who every year they're manipulating things. 1 minute they're broke, then they're finding peace for Vlahovic and all these sort of things. In Italy, for example, wage costs alone often exceed the ratios being imposed by UEFA. In Spain, which has some of the strictest financial rules, the powerhouse team Barcelona was unable to keep Messi, as we know. Pardon me. So we'll have to see. New rules imposed over time. Clubs will be able to spend up to 90% of their revenues before that figure will be brought to its permanent 70% level within 3 seasons. According to proposed rules, teams may, under certain circumstances, be allowed flexibility to spend about 10 million above the ratio, provided they have a healthy balance sheet and have not breached regulations before. Under the new system, UEFA will have the right to impose both threat of expulsion, and for the first time, an option of demoting teams between the 3 competitions. You see why I can see why Super League will happen, because UEFA say all of this and UEFA do all of this. They're gonna that's just more peace for them, really, and that's what all Super League was. And I'm not really necessarily against it. This is why I don't think you've seen the death to Super League, So it's crazy. Another measure may also include points deduction under the revised format of the Champions League in Europa. The single league table during the first phase of the competition, and regulators will also require greater scrutiny of their sponsorship deals. Well, let's see. Everyone's inflating. You probably inflate your shit to the tax man as well, UEFA. I mean, you're all dirty. You're all corrupt. Like, you're all corrupted. Footballers are not perfect, but it is what it is for them. They're just humble duns, like, compared to you lot. You lot are the real money men. We'll start with what you lot are putting in place for you lot, and then carry on. Away from that, apparently Barcelona, funny how life works, isn't it? Getting booed, saying he's done. Now they're all breading. He's badding up El Clasico. Dembele, apparently they're preparing a new contract offer for Osman Dembele, really and truly. He also allegedly has a verbal agreement with PSG. Manchester United, Tottenham, and Newcastle have been looking at stuff, people. So is what it is. Shout out to his agent. As we know, Saliba got his first national call up for France. People don't know why this is still here. They will face Ivory Coast and South Africa in a double in a double header. The first will be in Marseille Stadium, which I know he didn't come from Marseille's academy, but it'll be good because naturally he's spending his year there. It's dead, bro. It's dead. English football has taken over in terms of spending, bro. Man, I'm spending 50 million on Sigurdsson, bro. But then I don't know when this bubble is going to burst. Surely it is going to burst. Look, I just literally saw this. Looking at Hazard, Hazard has never been as fit, but Real Madrid still want to for big money. And in life, man, this was his dream move, and he did it the right way. He achieved everything he could at Chelsea within reason. Yeah, I don't like to see somebody's dream just fucked up in it, but it ain't happened at Madrid for him. He's been linked with a return to Chelsea, been linked with us, predominantly linked with Newcastle United people. So apparently they want to shot Hazard, people, really. He's failed to feature in all 7 of the Clasico contests that have been played out during his time at Spain due to injuries and the rest of it. Goal has learned that Hazard is confused and frustrated by his omission from Carlo Ancelotti's plans, as he believes fitness struggles are of the past behind him. Those close to the 31-year-old have said of his failure to take the field. He really wanted to play the game. He said he has never been as fit as he is today in his career. Probably gassing it. Boy, it probably is what it is, man. With Hazard, I just think for Carlo's not on the extra bullshit that comes with it, people. And again, I don't see anyone giving the peas back for him and taking on his wages and things. A loan deal may become the only feasible option for all parties, with Real still having to cover some salary cost there, as finding a buyer for a player whose value has plummeted while working on a lucrative contract will not be easy. And it is the best market. Newcastle probably silly enough. That's it as well. When it starts getting political, then you'll see the spending. But again, in England, they will never do that. They won't do that. They might be bullying the Russians and that now, but they won't rub out everybody, because there's less spending, there's less demand on the league, there's less taxes. There's all these men don't care about morality. They care about the peas, man. So that one there is brazy. Speaking of Chelsea, allegedly the Ricketts family is flying over to London in a bid to reassure worried fans about takeover. I have seen some protests online with Chelsea fans about the Ricketts family. I demand they're racist and donations to Trump. I mean, bloody hell, we saw where all the donations for half of these billionaires and things went. Look, I know the one at my club donated to Trump. So is what it is. Stop looking at these guys to have morality. They're just money men, you know. And where do we draw the line? Because people can I'm not backing them at all, but people can condemn them or condemn the Saudis and then praise this. Where does the morality stop? You know, where does morality stop in life? Like even me, I'm drinking tea, bro. It might sound like people like DG or bugging. What's tea got to do with it? Go and look at the connotations and the history around tea and things like that, just to get these simple things in our houses. Imagine the fuckery that's gone on, the unethical things that have gone on. But apparently, the Ricketts family are flying to London. I think you'll be right at home, innit? If you man are racist training Chelsea, you know, it's like a pillow on a bed, really. Right at home there, innit? Like, really, you know, right at home, man. Like a cheese sandwich, everything just fits into place. Birds of a feather flock together and all of that. But the Ricketts family are flying to London in a bid to convince Chelsea supporters they can lead the club to a bright future. The owner of the Chicago Cubs baseball team are confident they are among the front runners to buy out Roman Abramovich and are waiting on confirmation they have been shortlisted in a race to land the European champions. But there has been opposition from sections of support on social media, ranging from historic racist emails sent by of the Cubs. Man, society in England don't give a fuck about racism. You do not care about racism. You know, you lot do not give a fuck about racism. I'm not even talking about you. Lot don't give a shit about this guy being racist because the fucking president's racist. Half the flipping legend of this club is racist. You know, there's fucking more language and which again deserves a slap for that. Then, unfortunately, what happened to that 15-year-old girl at the hands of the police? So you lot don't give a fuck about racism. You don't give a flying monkeys, and it's going to be on Chelsea. I always find that quite funny. But yeah, apparently the family are adamant they are the leading candidates to take over, given the financial backing of the US hedge fund manager Ken Griffin, who is worth $20 billion, and their experience of a state-of-the-art redevelopment of the Chicago's Wrigley Field Stadium. Hopefully they do the cronky thing in that, you know, they use Chelsea to pattern that. PLC with a rebuild of Stamford Bridge fundamental to their proposal. They also want to speak to the Chelsea Supporters Trust. Obviously, if you can control the supporters group, you can control the rhetoric. If you can control the rhetoric, you can make yourself sound good. Boy. So it is what it is, man. There's bare people on the short list. Who the hell's buying the club? We don't know. And does anyone really care? Kylian Mbappé, apparently he's in an image rights row with France's national team. He refused to take part in yesterday's morning sponsorship commitments with the national team. He explained that he did not want his image associated with certain brands on the advice of his own law. Mbappe's no-show, and the FFF president, Noel Legrand, called Mbappé trying to change his mind in vain. Mbappe's entourage considers that certain brands pose moral and ethical issues, with the 23-year-old's own image rights going exclusively towards charitable causes. The PSG man has also questioned the manner in which the French national team's revenue is redistributed, of which he would like to see more going to French grassroots football. I think this guy's going to do the Mbappé thing in that. Man said the Mbappé thing is Mbappé. Do the Rashford thing and doing things away from football and that. But that's good. Control your rights, bro. And for me, it's about the peas, bro. You want to use my image, the peas, bro. Fuck these presidents and all these guys. Don't even care about you, Mbappé. See how they rubbed you out. They love you when you're doing your madness against Madrid and Real Madrid and what. Or you're French when you're winning. All of a sudden, Mbappe, who's got Algerian or apologies, whatever he's got in him, Pogba, who's from this and that, crazy. You know, I think the last year, boy, Benzema, boy, Mbappe, you're going to learn the hard way, but you clearly know this. Again, going with the Chelsea thing, the Blues are sub team, as we know. This was kind of just reiterating what we've gone through. Pardon me. What's going on here, people? I had a unique, this is a guy that owns the Cubs. I had a unique position hearing what supporters in Chicago and worldwide have said regarding the Ricketts family. I can report the vast majority of the opinion as universal disdain. Right, boy. the Ricketts political donations, fundraising, and support for Canada. And half of these guys that are getting at him are probably saying it's the immigrants' fault why I haven't got a job in this country. So I do trying to find morality, and people are just hypocritical, man. You know. And support for candidates who do not share the inclusive views of Chelsea Football Club and its supporters done by the club and the Chelsea Foundation, most notably as the leader in committing to a living wage and efforts to protect and promote equality for BAME and LGBTQ communities. Their ownership of the Chicago Cubs and the redevelopment of Wrigley Field raises serious doubt whether they'll be able to build upon the club's success on the pitch and also continued existence of Chelsea pitch owners and goal to keep Chelsea Football Club playing at Stamford Bridge at our home forever. On behalf of our countless supporters worldwide, I urge you to reject their bid of ownership for Chelsea Football Club in favour of others who will commit to not only build infrastructure, but equally important, and investment in supporters and values we hold dear. Fuck out here, man. With all that bullshit. The American takeover for football is getting mad. It is what it is, man. Apparently, Ibrahimovic admits retirement panic as he warns fans, "You'll never see the likes of me again. You won't, because we live in some shit goals and assists era where I'm not against goals and assists, but you know, you could have 1,000 goals and assists and still be shit. You could have unkind stuff and be good. You know, this is football. This isn't football, as I say. This isn't FUTBOL. This is some next thing now. You know, soon man are gonna have earpods in, getting instructions from the game's dead now, man. I do feel a sense of panic at the prospect of retirement. I will certainly keep playing for as long as possible, as long as I can get results and I'm not suffering. I want to end my career without regrets, so I have to maximize my time. I know the adrenaline I feel at the moment will never be the same. We are programmed to wake up, go training, return home, and rest. This goes on for 10, 25 years, but one day I'll wake up and have nothing planned, and that will be a strange feeling. I think the greatest sadness will be yours, as you won't get to watch me play anymore. You should enjoy it now because you'll never see the likes of me again. He's got 8 goals in 18 appearances as well, people. He's not started last 4 games, and even Zlatan, as much as he talks, it catches up with everyone. Messi returning to Barca is not impossible, says Laporta's advisor, which it looks crazy, people. He admits it's unlikely, but yeah, man. As long as Xavi said, as long as I'm Barca coach, he is welcome any day. And then you've got Masip who said nothing is impossible. Unlikely situations happen in life. Xavi's words were misunderstood. It wasn't a nod as such. It was probably one of the most beautiful periods of the club, but things went the way they did, and he chose a project in Paris. What may have seemed to be collapsing here in Barca, the team has survived and has worked well. And obviously, they've been linked with Haaland. I don't see them being able to afford it. Cristiano Ronaldo is ready to fight as he aims to steer Portugal into what could be his last World Cup. Tomorrow, which is, is Thursday, I'll be doing a watch along for this Turkey versus Portugal, Turkey, people. Make sure you're all there for that one. That one there is due to be a good one, really. You know, the footballing gods are going to bless Ronaldo. Ronaldo has said they'll fight. Oh, he didn't actually say anything. I'm not reading out a man's Instagram post. What's all of this? That's a Medina thing. But anyways, we've already spoken on that. What's going on Sky Sports? As you can see, Tab Police, I do this for you lot. I mean, we've spoken about that. Shout out to Jermaine Defoe. Apparently, he's going to call it a day as well. Yeah, man. It is what it is in that regards. Apparently, Rangers accused fan group Club 1872 of creating propaganda against the club. They've called for unity during this crucial stage of the season. This club has questioned the judgment, incompetency, and honesty of Rangers executive team. Apparently, there's anger from fans about a planned Old Firm friendly in Australia in November. And now even Scotland doing the money thing. In Scotland need peace. I was watching Scotland the other day, but how's VAR even going to work in Scotland? Because them man ain't got peace. So it's crazy. We all know we're going to have a North London derby played in fucking South. That's not the worst, but they're not doing it to bring the global game everywhere. They're doing it for money, bro. They're doing it for money. Like, obviously, NFL is never going to be as big as it is in America. America's never going to have football, our football, the real football, as big as over there, because these are ingrained in society. But there's fans across both countries who love the opposite. So when I'm seeing what Spurs are doing, like I said the other day, I can't remember the month, but I was walking to Sainsbury's near the Spurs stadium, not far from where I live, and I thought Spurs were playing. I'm there checking my phone like, nah, Spurs could never be playing, you know, like, I need to do things. I ain't got time for traffic. I'm seeing bare man. I'm seeing it was a Mazza, and then I clocked it's an NFL game. But they're not doing that for integrity purposes to give honest NFL fans in England a chance. They're doing it for peace, bro. Like, there's money to be made. Like, bring the America biggest and the baddest. Let's bring it everywhere and whatnot. A bit like NBA. They're not doing it because they want for integrity. These men do it for peace, and they leverage our love for football. And in Scotland, they're gonna be no different, people. So yeah, man, it seems like there's a bust up there. Rangers have hit back though, apparently, people. Rangers claims the unrest is driven by those with ulterior motives and said the group in question has sparked a propaganda war. I mean, if you're doing that, you're doing that. There's no propaganda. The rest of this season is arguably one of the most crucial periods in our illustrious 150-year history. The men's first team and women's are both competing for major honours, both domestically and in Europe. It's deeply regrettable that the same small rump of supporters remains intent on causing damage to our club. It is particularly concerning to note the timing they have chosen to launch their attack. It's lost on no one that those intent on creating maximum disruption are those who have either enjoyed or craved a role within the club. The collective desire of our board, management and players is to have unity of purpose over the coming months. Rest assured, we will address the disruptors and their propaganda at the end of the season. For now, nothing matters but results on the field. 1872 said, this is dismissive, patronizing, and at times openly hostile. Whenever the fans group had attempted to represent the interests and concerns of supporters on a variety of topics, such as ticketing, safeguarding, disabled facilities, season ticket renewals, the Scottish football governance, and merchandise issues, unfortunately, the contempt shown to supporters over this issue, the Sydney Cup, is only the tip of the iceberg and has been ongoing, albeit less visibly to the majority of supporters, for almost 2 years. It is the source of great regret that we are having to raise these matters publicly, having always attempted to engage privately and constructively with the club. But the current custodians of Rangers Football Club have refused to speak with us privately, despite repeated attempts to do so. The experience of the club 1872 directors, both past and present, is that Rangers executive team led by Stuart Robson, James Bisgrove and David Graham has developed an extremely unhealthy disdain for Rangers support, and that inaccurate information has been regularly through the club, I don't even know that word, through the club's own public statements, briefing to fan media, and selective leaks to a small group of individuals within Rangers support. This conduct has not, in our opinion, been intended to advance the aims of the club, but instead to serve the interests of a handful of members of the PLC board and executive team, and to protect them from healthy scrutiny and justified criticism. Messi, and more Messi, no Lionel. Fuck out here with that. Big up Vieira once again. He's been inducted into the Hall of Fame, people. It is what it is. Shout out to Patrick. I didn't see any weaknesses in Patrick's game. He was good on the ball. He could run forward. He could make passes. He made good decisions, and he was absolutely tremendous in the challenge. So that's that. That's that. That's literally that. Oh, we got through a lot, innit? Crazy. Fair enough. Big up you lot for being tuned in as well. DG, who you supporting in the World Cup? For me, Brazil. I need Neymar to do his thing. Brazil thing. The man them playing for England. And anyone else, man. Just whoever's trying to play good football. Like, that game going to either be really good or a stink fest. No middle ground trust. I think it's Rangers when we come back, I think there's a Scottish derby when football comes back. Which I was thinking of watching along, but that's not crazy. Yeah, none of you said what happened on Sahid's cool show. I hope it's all right. I hope it wasn't crazy, but yeah, nobody answered that question as to what happened on my man's cool show to me. Which I hope is nothing mad. Should we see what's going on in terms of transfer news, folks? Big up you lot. Not that there's ever going to be anything in relation to transfer news. Slap that there. What else have we got? Switch that there. That one. Sorry, folks. There, sit still. Soon land. This it ain't easy. Where's the timestamps? Because we're violating a bit. I don't even know if that's the right time, but it's gonna have to work, innit? What the fuck, man? You see what I'm saying, bro? You see what this is what I'm saying? You see why I'm not really on this cool show thing, man? On some, let me pick my words carefully, man. On some weird thing, man. Like that's weird, bro. That's weird, and there's no consent as well. Like, man, are weird, bro. Was it just on Twitch or YouTube? Bro, man, I missed my mouth there. That could never ever have been on thingy. On Twitch. I know Twitch couldn't. Yeah, you see, I knew it, bro. You see why I'm telling man, do up the Twitch. Subscribe to my YouTube though, same way. It is what it is. Crazy. Yo, Sparks, you know I'm not discussing that, bro. I'm legally blind. I don't know about that. I can't. I'm dyslexic. I don't know what you've written there still. But anyways, moving away from that, less of that, mate. Let's get into this transfer news and see any other things. Don't forget, people, I'm going live at 11:30. I'm gonna open it up to Twitch as well. But yeah, man, hit the like button on YouTube as well. Do me a favor. It fucks with the algorithm and that. We need the algorithm gods to bless us across YouTube and Twitch. And shout out to you lot on Twitch, man, because pardon me, the goal on Twitch this month, I set myself 80 minutes, 80 out, man said 80 minutes, 80 hours. So from technically the 1st of March to the 1st of April, that's the month. That's how Twitch catches it, right? In the analytics. I set myself 80 hours. I was like, you know what? Let's go hard. Let's do 80 hours. Last month we did 100. I said, you know what? We have to do 80. We're at 100 already. We're just over 100 already. So, and we're still alive and kicking. And obviously, eventually, we got a couple watch along coming back. So yeah, man, it'll be brazy. So yeah, I appreciate you lot, man. I'm just saying that to say thank you very much, because if you lot didn't support the thing, if there weren't these sort of things, there would be no point being here day in, day out and whatnot, people. So yeah, man, let's crack on a bit as usual. Appreciative to all of you lot tuned in and day out. But yeah, man, let's close this up with some transfer business, transfer rumors. Juventus are preparing a huge financial package to lure 29-year-old Mo Salah from Liverpool to the Turin. I could understand if he wants to go, but and I know Juventus manipulate finances, but how are they going to afford that? Based on if Liverpool, who are a Premier League club, are giving him wages and he's having gold feet, how are you lot going to afford that? Especially when you couldn't even confirm Dybala and you've just got Vlahovic. So I don't know for their finances, but it is where it is, people. So yeah, I could understand it. He's been in Italy as well, but yesterday it literally was Mo Salah to Barcelona, and then it's going to be Mo Salah to PSG. For me, I think you should consider PSG, but I just think you do your nothing personally. Where is it? Apparently, quickly, sorry, people. Apparently, Neymar, speaking of PSG, I forgot this. Neymar arrives at PSG training almost drunk and is doing damage to the club. He just become an influencer. Neymar has been accused of hardly training and turning up almost drunk, amid a series of uninspiring performances. Just sounds like Ronaldinho to me, really. I want to see where this is actually said. But he's been accused. According to RMC, Neymar hardly trains and arrives in a mad state, limit being drunk, and there are even suggestions the ace wants to seek revenge on his employers and is ruining the club. Apparently you're trying to get him gone, but yeah, man, it is what it is with Neymar. No Neymar negative propaganda on my watch. 150 million to sign Declan Rice. You lot are capping, and that's a mazza. Leeds United are preparing to offer Calvin Phillips a new contract to avoid interest, but if Leeds go down, you never know. It looks like he will stay. Rudiger is demanding a 25 million signing on fee as he prepares to leave Chelsea as a free agent. I can't blame a 29-year-old for trying to make a dollar. Kessié has agreed a 4-year deal with Barcelona and will join the Camp Nou club when his contract obviously expires at AC Milan. Tottenham can turn Kulusevski's loan move from Juventus into a permanent transfer by signing him for 24.9 million. As we already discussed, Hazard is frustrated at Real Madrid. Jovic is not part of the plans there. Apparently, there are doubts over the future of Maurizio Sarri as they lost 3-0 to Roma. We spoke about this yesterday. Newcastle are looking at Lloyd Kelly. Rafinha's rejected an offer at Leeds as he looks close to be going Barcelona. We've been linked with this Donny who played well against Barcelona. Speaking of them, but I don't know for none of that. Yeah, man. Apparently Neymar's earning 600k more than Messi. Bloody hell. So that's them rumors there. that for me. Speak about that 11:30. Wembley confirmed as the host of the first Feliciana fixture since 1993. Wembley will host the revised Feliciana between European champions Italy and Copa America winners Argentina on the 1st of June, people. Again, you know, the champions of the Copa America and the Euros are to face off. And it's mad because Italy, if they don't pattern, they could miss their second World Cup. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I mean, London's going to host it. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, people. But if you want to start thinking about tickets, Liverpool and Manchester Mayors won FA Cup semi-final switch from Wembley. Why? We're the capital of England, mate. You know, we're London, mate. No one cares about money in Manchester. Fuck. But I understand if you want it at your home, but fuck that. I don't care where it is because it's got nothing to do with Arsenal. Obviously, if it makes it easier for traveling fans, and I don't care if FIFA or whoever makes peace, it is what it is, people. But there's that. Looking at other transfer news here, let's close that. Gravenbeck acknowledges Bayern Munich interest as Ajax contract negotiations break down. The 19-year-old has a contract until 22-23, so they could leave for free. And again, there's some good players on the market. Him, Fabian Ruiz, Telemans, Douglas Luiz, there's Bear Man contracted until 2023, and we all know the contracts that are running down as well, people. Gravenberch looks to leave, and what a signing that will be for Nagelsmann, you know, and Bayern Munich long term. Brazy. The contract negotiations have now been stopped. I just have one more year now, and that's it, really. And one thing I read about Gravenberch, he said, listen, I might leave, but I'm not doing the free agent thing. Like, I want Ajax to make some peas. My father and agent are very busy while I will focus on football. Of course, I've seen Munich's interest. You can read it everywhere. So there's interest from Bayern, but I think there are several. But if you're worth 25 million, as been reported, you can be proud because it's a lot of money, of course. It's been a bit of an up and down one for him this year, but there's a lot of potential in the man. And there's going to be up and down seasons, especially in a young career. Looking at this, apparently Juventus, as we said, are prepared to offer Salah a madman thing. West Ham have put a madman price tag on Declan Rice, and they've done that because they don't want to sell, man. For Declan Rice, a club has to probably be prepared to get zanged, and Declan Rice probably has to burn all bridges at West Ham and force a move. And I'm sure you know England international duty. I'm sure you speak with Grealish and all these guys about what they could and cannot be doing and the move and that, but it will take a lot. It will take a lot. So yeah, man. Barca want to keep Dembele. We already know Pogba's not happy at Man United. Barca have been linked with Rafinha, his agent's Deco. If you remember the Deco thing. You know, Arsenal and Spurs are tracking my man. Don't know if I believe that. We spoke about you. Talisca, you're still kicking ball. Brazy. Where's D-Man? Because he got on, this Lawrence guy's getting at Toronto FC. I know my guy D-Man's going to be vexed about that. These are some shit rumors. Big up Defoe. Jermaine Defoe apparently is considering immediate retirement. And yeah, man, it's a bit of a meaty day, innit? There's not much more beyond that, really. In what world is Declan Rice worth that? Rice's price is crazy. Rice price is brazy, bro. The rice field must be getting expensive growing and maintaining rice. Inflation is a hell of a bitch. Brazy. That's English tax and then some. Pardon me. Off topic, people. I saw this yesterday, but let's go back over it. I'm fed up. Mbappe's response to Pogba when PSG is asked how he is. He probably is fed up of everything. But what did he say he's fed up over? He said, I'm fed up. Why would he be fed up? Obviously, the PSG thing. This article shagged me, bro. There's nothing there. Who wrote this? Stephen Crawford, you're a legend at Clickbait, bro, because that is shit. Shit-ass article, mate. Embarrassing me in front of my fans. Is what it is, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 100%. So yeah, Twitch gang, that's us. That's it. That's us, boy. It's a bit of an underkill, overkill, whatever they call it, something kill, nothing else, really and truly. Shit's crazy, man. Crazy, IA Dep. Fam, sorry, but so we can cut out of here, people. I've just seen this on my timeline, yeah. I don't know what to make of it. This is Michael Richards' greatest tens. Fam, are you taking a piss? Are you taking a piss? Mike, are you taking a piss? Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss? Man said Joe Cole over Mesut Ozil, blood. Why is Bruno so high up that list? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I allow you because you said Bergkamp first, innit? You know ball somehow, but what the fuck? And then Alan, let's see Alan's one. Oh shit, you're on the same fuckery. All right, Paul. All right. Oh, man said Bruno. What the fuck? What the fuck? See, I don't really like fucking with British things that are going on because I don't understand ball. Clickbait. It's that A1 clickbait, innit? Fucking hell, blood. Brother. 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 What did you say to that? They're buying it, man. Like my man said, it's a clickbait thing, bro. It's brazy stuff going on. I'm not even... Normally, I'd make a video specifically speaking about shit like that, but if that's you lot's opinion, that is the... Do you know what? I know in their hearts, yeah, they don't believe in this. They realize there's peace to be made. It's the belly of the beast. I think it's adapting. I just think they're trying to get paid. It's an international break. Arsenal haven't been shit, so there's no clout off that. You know, there's only so much you can spin the United thing. Chelsea's owners, there's no real progress. No one wants to hear Gary Neville's BS, so there's nothing else. So this is the new one. This is the new bullshit spinner. Brother, man said Joe Cole, fam. Man said Joe Cole. Man talking about tens and said Joe Cole, fam. As much as I rate Joe Cole, come on, if man are talking, let's stop using the 10 and look at just creativity, brother. I didn't see Cesc Fabregas' name. Paul Scholes, the Jenner, deserves to be there. But that tells me, you know, Paul Scholes did not play as a 10 necessarily. He might have had 3 runs in midfield and whatnot, and the team might have been set up in a certain way. But I wouldn't call it necessarily a 10 consistently. If he's there and it's nothing to do with him, then Cesar's got to be there because it's not a 10 thing, it's a creative thing. Bruno is a 10 by default, so it's more of a creative thing. The only things that saved them is Bergkamp and Scholes inclusion. How the fuck Cesc isn't there? Why Bruno's so high? Them and they don't know ball, bro. Matters slept on. It's brazy. Man never saw Kevin. They're just, bro. It's brazy, bro. Who's list? Michael Richards and Shearer's allegedly. Yeah, I understand the Beardsley thing, but like, I mean, come on, bro. Like, Bruno is not, bro. Kevin says, bro. Like, regardless of the goals, can right now can Thingy even talk to bloody fucking what's his face Nasri? Let's be real. Can Bruno even talk to Nasri at the art of football, not just scoring goals and that bullshit? Can he talk like? As I said, the game that we knew it of football, FUTBOL is gone, bro. It's gone. It's gone. It's over. It's over. Like, it's not even about being world class. Like, it's just fam. Like, what's going on there? Seriously, what, brother? Crazy, man. That's why I'm allowing him G1. It's a money thing. It's a money thing. Micah just knows it needs to be the peace thing. It's a peace thing. It's a peace thing. It has to be a money thing. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be a money thing, engagement thing. It has to be. It can't be anything legit, man. So I'm saving Ericsson there as well. Like, Fam, I'm just going to leave that one there, man. On that note, though, people, obviously, make sure you head over to YouTube. I'm probably going to set it up for Twitch as well, but make sure you head over to YouTube. We're going to be speaking about more Arsenal-specific stuff as well, people over there. So, yeah, make sure you join me. It's been a fantastic one on Twitch. Make sure you're checking your schedules because I think I'm live with Statman Baines on his channel at 2 p.m. He'll be on my channel on Friday at the same time. But in relation to my actual content, we're going over to YouTube, Football Manager at 4:30, I believe. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. It's been a fantastic one with the engagement levels, with the talking points, with the topics we've covered, just spending time with you lot. I appreciate you lot. If you haven't followed, make sure you have and subscribe via Amazon Prime if you can. One love to everyone who's, well, the one person that's followed in relation to this little hour we've been here for, whatever. So, yeah, man. And yeah, fam, I get it, Michael, bro. You have to get paid. You have to get paid, but there's integrity at the end of the day. But on that note,
you always use that active red light defending. I think it's like